white shirt, now red, my bloody nose sleeping. You're on your tippy toes, creeping around like no one knows. Think you're so criminal. Bruises on both my knees for you. Don't say thank you, or please I do. I want when I'm wanting to. So cynical. I'm a bad guy. Duh. I'm a bad guy. So you're a tough guy, like you're really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy, just always so buff guy. I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type, wanna seduce your dad type.
And we're back like we never left because Derry gave us an early Halloween episode. Oh my gosh. Welcome to the live, y'all. Happy Saturday, a good Saturday. Hopefully everybody has watched it and they are ready to get into it. Be sure to hit that like button, leave some love. What are you guys thinking about the show? Ashley, how are you feeling?
I am feeling great, really ready to get into this episode because I watched it a second time, and upon second watch, I fear it's deeper than we all think. Pun intended. I feel like it's all deeper than we intended. I like where we're going. I actually like the direction, and I don't think it's as on the nose as I thought it was going to be. I think there's something else here that we should pay attention to. So I'm excited to discuss it, Tyra girl. How about you?
Get the blacks out of Derry. Okay. Let's go get into these thoughts. Get all of the blacks out of Derry, please, because it's just not looking real good. It's not safe at all. I am scared for everybody. Not even the black. Get the Puerto Ricans out. Get the indigenous folks out. Get them all out. Get them all out. Overall thoughts on this episode. It was so good. It was so good. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, let me go see how many episodes they have in store. I was like, ooh, it's just 8, which was a solid 10. But you know, we're going to take what we can get. I am so happy when Hoopla pays off. I think we have all been waiting, especially if you were in them Stranger Things streets where they give you a season every 5 years. I was like, where the kids at? How long are we going to have to wait? Y'all been selling this dairy. Hopefully it has something to back it up. It's actually really good. I am loving it. I am more so loving where we're starting because I don't know where we're going. And that's really intriguing to me. I don't know how this is going to end and what all they are going to lift up as far as the Mask of Derry. Because from what I'm hearing, they're already in talks of like multiple seasons, maybe a second, maybe a third season already. And I don't know if we're going to be going backwards or how it's going to be, but I'm just really, really intrigued. I thought this episode was just as up to par with the first one. They said we're going to birth these babies every episode. Now, if they birth some in episode 3, I don't know. But the scare factor is there, and not so much in like a scary because it's me, of course, but it's gruesome. It's gross. Like the stakes are high, and that's all that you could ever ask for as far as horror. Overall thoughts, Ashley?
I really, too, again, enjoyed this episode. And y'all, again, I say to y'all, I am not a horror girly. I feel like anybody can get into this show because I think while horror, of course, is the element or is the thing, right? I think there's something so much deeper to it when you look at like the human psyche and who we are as people and our complicitness in certain things. I thought episode 2 was a great demonstration about how observing can make you complicit in a lot of areas. These child actors are acting down. Like I said, this is Tyra, when we meet Leroy's son, I was like, this little boy from We Grown Now on Netflix. If you haven't watched that movie, go watch that movie over there on Netflix.
Oh, where they're in the Cabrini Green? That's him?
Yes, they're in the projects as a little boy. That's him. And I was like, he acted down over there. And I'm like, he's over here delivering. But all of these child actors, we complain so much. And a lot of times in recent days, they've been aging up the child actors, I guess, in thinking they're getting more competent actors. But this is just, to me, a masterclass in youth acting. These babies done went to the schoolhouse. They done learned some things. They've been coached, and you can see it on the screen. I love how we're moving forward with the story. I love Leroy's family coming in, and I like it how racism is really just the cover, but it's something so much deeper than that as it relates to Pennywise and the evil and what lies beneath. This was even better than the first episode for me. I'm excited to see where we're going from here.
I just love that all the act like these are no names. I've never seen any of these children. And I feel like for like the past at least 5 years, it's been just a lot of nepotism. Like, oh, this is the such and such of such and such. And they're just kind of put in the position. I went and looked all these kids up. I was all over Lil Ronnie's Instagram. I was like, girl, let me see where you've been and where you came from. Let me go find Lil Rich. Let me go find Lily. Where did you pop up from? Who do you know? I'm checking names and dates. They don't know nobody. They don't, and I really, really love that for us. Thank you so much, DeMarcus Bond, for the super chat. Which is worse, dealing with trauma or getting karma? Dealing with trauma. We're gonna go with that because I don't want to do that. Ashley?
I mean, what you did. I guess it depends on who you are. Like, damn, reaping and sowing is real. But I absolutely unprovoked trauma or provoked trauma for that matter is far worse. What's that? It's pressure is getting worse.
Let's get
Thank
into
you.
the pressure of the episode because get y'all foot off of little Veronica's neck. I was so mad at her. I was so mad at Ronnie because we knew it was coming. I was thinking they was gonna let us be cute for like an episode, and then by like episode 3 or 4, like, all right, go in and take them down. We opened the episode with the feds and them sitting outside. Like, yeah, we need to get something. All the parents are talking, the whole town is talking. The theater, his job, his keys. It had to be him. The only thing we're missing are the bodies of these children, but it was full of blood, so we can guess what happened. How long is it gonna take for y'all to go in there and just take him down? I was like, we just got here. Well, before I skip it, I really like the intro. We finally got our we got the new intro of the season.
Mm-hmm.
It was very unique to me, and that's something I was like, you got to go break down and watch and freeze frame everything and see what's really happening in Derry. I was like, if this is what we have in store for Derry based on this intro here and this song, y'all got my nerves bad. But just when we thought, like, you know what, there's no way that we're going to do anything close to what we got in the beginning of episode 1. Who thought about that? Like, don't put me in the embryonic sac and make me bust out of my own mother. We get into Ronnie's worst nightmare. As we stated last episode, we did not see the presence of a mom. And I can tell, especially in this day and age, I say Ronnie has that my mom's gone and my daddy's maintaining my hair. You're going to get this cute part and a little bow. That's all daddy can do. It's very much so giving that. But she's not only absentee or gone or just deceased in that way. Ronnie lost her mother during childbirth, and clearly this is something that she's been dealing with, and we get it all in full and technicolor. I said, oh my goodness. Well, I was like, oh, I felt so sorry for Ronnie. I felt so sorry for her just as quickly as I was mad at her in the beginning, because I was like, Ronnie, but you ain't have that to go and do. Like, I just wish she would have thought about it, because we knew that this was coming. And we can see that they're all each other have. Like, even with Granny back there, like, we sending her to school. I don't know why you let her go out in the first place. This is why you need to lay down the law. This is just like, yeah, mom, it's none of that. I'm here and I need to protect my baby. I hear the talk around. I'm not going out there, and she's not going out there either. The worst thing that she could do is lose her mother, then lose her dad. This is just really, really tragic. But I'm just like, Ronnie, you ain't have to be in that theater in the first place, god damn it. But we can't be mad at her. She's gone through enough. Ashley?
I love Ronnie, and I love Luella. I love Granny, because Granny said, see, I told you not to have her out here unattended. You see what happened the last time. Now you in here deeper. I was like, Granny, okay, we get it. He don't listen to you, mama. He don't listen to you. But no, this scene really, really got me up until the end, until it had teeth and they had to make it something totally different. But I was in it in this. I said, well, damn, what is it? She trying to bust out? I said, how many coochies are we going to have to bust out in Derry? But no, I think we're giving birth to fear. And I think this is going to be a common thread that we see throughout. Derry's always giving birth to something more sinister. We saw it as the open, and now I think we're going to see it manifested in a different way. And hopefully in Ronnie's character and in her arc. But I honestly do think it's deep. I think anyone who is a product of, or was given birth to and their mother passed while giving birth to them, I think you carry an amount of guilt and shame around that. And Pennywise, knowing everything, is going to play into that. And I think this was a perfect representation of what baby Ronnie been feeling her whole life. I hate that she's susceptible to it, but I don't think that she really right now has the tools. I think guilt is going to reign supreme in Pennywise's torture of Ronnie. She's guilty about mama. Now daddy is about to get lynched because let's listen. All I was waiting for was the tree and the rope, Tyra. I said, oh, we're waiting out. Oh, y'all acting like y'all are going to do it. And we know Sheriff Bauer. We know Bauer's people. We know he the great. And so even his hesitation gave me pause. I said, oh, is he not like, oh, he's trying to do something the right way, and then it was like, oh no, he's one of them. But no, I'm excited about what's going to happen with Ronnie. Other than the teeth, I thought this would have been a great scene. I think the teeth really made it like comical. I was like, what are we doing here? This is serious. Ronnie's going through trauma.
They have to call back to the Pennywise isms and looking
Yeah.
up teeth. Like, remember, he's still here. I think they're building up tension because me and my daughter watched. She was like, they better show Pennywise. I was like, no, they're going to be building up to that. They wouldn't immediately show him this soon, especially in this type of show. You have to wait. I just really hated this, and I was so sad for Ronnie because her innocence is being stripped so much here. And it's like, not only can I not see the world with rose-colored tinted glasses, but my daddy's gone. And in her mind, she's like, but he didn't do it. Like, my dad's innocent. Doesn't that matter? It's like, no,
baby.
not in this day and age. Hell, not right now. It does not matter. It does not matter. But this is the thing that nightmares are made of. I was like, who thought about making this mother the whole damn bed? This is great. This is absolutely great. I love it. Hello, Dane. Thank you so much for the super chat. Y'all finally reviewing a show I'm watching. Well, hoopla hooray.
Whoop-de-doo.
Well, whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo, Dane. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. We shall see what happens. But I did not want to see Daddy go to jail. He was like, baby, I'm going to be back. I'm coming back. I was like,
sugar. You know what happened when they say I'll be right back? Ain't that what Stu taught us in Scream? Come on.
He's like, I'm coming back. Take care of my baby. I was like, oh, Lord. Lord Jesus, why? Why, man? Why?
Thanks, a goner.
But getting here, before we even get into their dynamics, because I really, really like our mother here, Charlotte, and our son. I enjoyed them. But I just wanted to get into the dynamics of their marriage first. I already knew he was going to piss me off. I already knew Leroy was going to make me mad because all the we're not fighting, we're just talking, and us kind of moving and shifting around because we're seeing wifey as more of the problematic one. I was like, baby, how y'all get together? How y'all get together? Because it's given docile and the other one's given revolutionary, maybe just a little piece. But the whole he lost me when he lied to her about how he got them scars. I was like, he had already lost me when he allowed them to beat him down. It's like, well, you just gonna have to kill me because baby, you got stuff to live for. Did you not care? Was it really that worth it? And then we get here and we're lying about certain things. I like the subtleties in their dynamic. It's not really giving dysfunctional or loveless. It's just like they're indifferent. Or maybe it's just the changing times where we probably met each other and it was one thing. But baby, she had me when she got there and we put that head wrap on and threw all the rest of that ish on the floor. I'll get to that later. I ain't doing it for the lay with my man. For the lay up and we for the chill. I was like, okay, yeah, she's not one of those Susies. We the other one. I have something to say and I'm opinionated. But when he lied and he couldn't be clear about certain things and he can't be transparent about work at all because it's top secret. Yeah, some things are, but some things you're just choosing not to share and shield me from. If there are dynamics here going on in Derry that I'm not aware of and you are because you're closer to whatever's top secret and you're not sharing it in the name of what's righteous, I'm your wife, Chris. I'm your wife. Excuse me? Yeah, how you get them scars, sir? I think their dynamic is going to be really, really interesting and maybe we'll be getting into a breakdown or a little piece of separation. Like, I don't want to see these people on opposite sides of what could be coming in the future of a Pennywise dynamic in Derry because you're trying to do something different. But I can't help to think that that's where we're going because we're new to the neighborhood. I always think it's interesting when we get these that it really reminded me of them. It's like, look at here. All right. Y'all about to red line everything. But when we get here and it's like, hey, welcome to the neighborhood, it's that uneasy feeling. And just to think that there were families really moving in and we're the first ones to be black and have a house on this block and it's just going to be okay. It's just crazy now to think that anybody thought that they were going to be okay. Ashley?
I adore Charlotte. Charlotte is that girl in the 50s or wherever we at. Like everywhere she walks by, it's like, damn, I was into her walking through town and really getting the vibes and picking all of that up. As far as the relationship and Leroy, I just think this is indicative of the time. I'm not going to put this all squarely on, he's just hiding things from her or doesn't want her to be fully aware, but that I'm in my protector era. What's the point in getting her, upset? This has been a long time coming because he's been stationed all over the world. She actually gets to live off base and we get to be together as a family for once. I don't want anything to ruin that. I like them in relationship because there's a level of fearlessness to both of them. And I love that. Tyra, I know how you struggle with these men with this loyalty and this integrity and this honor that won't quit, but I like it in them.
I love all those things. I don't like stupidity.
Well, baby, sometimes that honor thing, with the men folk, we see it everywhere. They like to write characters like that. But we see that they both operate in a level of fearlessness. I love that. She's not going to go for it. I think even in him not telling her the whole thing, there was a knowing on Charlotte's face. Like, baby, I know you're not telling me everything, but I'm not going to sweat it right now. Let me get this little piece of ding-a-ling tonight, and we'll talk about this and address it next week. I don't feel like this goes away. You know what I mean? Because this isn't the last situation he's going to be in. I will say I like it, again, that it's not overt on the nose racism, because I don't think 9 times out of 10 that's how racism really presents. I think it's like the network of like this seething underneath the surface, right? And I really like that theme that we're seeing in it. Everything's beneath the surface. Damn it, below Derry, there's something. And below the surface with all of these smiling faces, there's this element, and it's really led by fear, right? I don't want to get involved. I don't want to touch this. I don't want to look at this. And these two are coming in like, I'm ready to talk about it. I'm ready to look at it, and I'm ready to step in. I love these two. Charlotte is a vision. I want to see more from her. And let's not get into the baby boy. Like I said, I can't get enough. Little Will, is that his name? I can't get enough of him. Can't get enough of Little Will.
See, now, dang, if you was over here in this Discord, we just watched Overlord a couple weeks ago and had a good time with it. It was a nice rewatch, and that's why I recognized him from the most, because I remember going to the movies and watching Overlord. But this is definitely him, and I'm happy to see him in a lead situation. Somebody's in the chat said he looked like Malcolm Jamal Warner. Oh, all right, to that man. But yeah, we're gonna see. I'm just meeting him in a place because we're just tracing back. So it's so hard to see these characters here and they're untainted with good intentions. And I don't care what nobody says. When we meet him, and I know whatever's in the book, I need y'all to go with what's in the book also, but also go with, because this is still the It chapters 1 and 2. This is their universe and their interpretation of things. And the Leroy we met in it's jaded. It's a jaded, displaced man. It just seems like he's been through some things and he's suffered some loss. And I do believe that Will becomes an addict. So I'm just like, baby, no. Get these people up out of here. But let me give him some time to cook. I just see him making me mad. I really do. But getting into Miss Charlotte here, because baby, what's wrong with you people? Why ain't nobody doing nothing? This was great. I loved seeing Charlotte's arrival, or just the family in general, and her walking through kind of coincide with the building of the Paul Bunyan statue situation, and how it's kind of entangled as far as like what it represents in a racial way to me. Like, oh, like it's tainting. Why are we looking up to this figure and all of this? And it was kind of in her face when she went into to that deli. I like that she's trying to embrace it and it's all good, but I like kind of the double duality of the situation, because we don't know yet, because we haven't really seen any blacks who've just been in Derry, period. Um, like, is the racial thing just the sole factor, or could the blacks in Derry be just as complacent later, over time? Like when we got, I don't know what's up with Daddy Leroy, but we just haven't seen them before. and we haven't noticed or just spent any time with anyone. It's just like, oh, where you're kind of matching the vibes of Derry and the unconcerned and caring. But I like that it was just kind of in a societal sense of, boys will be boys. Like, don't, this is just what it is. And this is, people do this all the time. People do this all the time. And it's, neglect and who cares. And that's just the way that things are. And it's like, somebody needs to step in. I was like, hit Charlotte if you want to. I was like, boy, I just knew somebody was going to. I was like, don't hit Charlotte. I thought they was going to try to hit Charlotte. I just really didn't know. But I just think it's going to be in a tug of war with Charlotte here, just really getting in her own way and not listening to Leroy or anything anybody has to say. I just feel like nothing's going to end well for this family, and Charlotte's going, okay, I gotta go. I gotta go. Something's going on. I feel like stuff is going to be going on, and Leroy is not going to be listening to her because the way he kind of dismissed it at the table, like this is going to turn into last time. We don't know every detail of where they come from or the moving, but he's, I'm not out there on the front lines trying to sit, baby. Charlotte out there trying to be with the movement and pickets and the signs and the whole thing. We don't want that here. This is a peaceful town. It's just Derry. Don't mess anything up for us here. You even have the baby like, Mom, don't come down to the school. I like that though. That's why he needs to protect. I like Charlotte. Like, yeah, who hit my baby? Because I'm on the type of time. And who put their hands on my baby? I just like that. It was fearless to run out here, but it was also, I was like, baby, yeah, you ran out here. Little baby didn't say thank you, baby. He got up and ran off. I don't want her in that way. The same thing that we don't want for Ronnie. I'm not putting myself on the front line for nobody. not in this way. I don't want anybody to be sacrificial here. I want us to read the room and move accordingly. And if things ain't looking up, get Will and get the hell out of Derry. And we ain't gotta take Leroy. Ashley.
Baby, you know that's not her, Charlotte. That's not who she is at her core. And we learned that because what the hell is wrong with you, Stan? Beverly Grand somebody sitting in that meat cleaver. Oh, yeah, boys will be boys. I think that's what it is. More than race, what I see is anybody who's not in line with conformity is who's going to be the target. I think race is a cute cover in it, but honestly, I don't think it's about that. I think it's about anybody who colors outside of the lines. Even when I was paying close attention when we were at school, there's several other little black kids just sprinkled in there, but they're not problematic until Ronnie gets there, and that's about your dad being this, kid unaliver, right? So while we see it in the military, and surely there are very much racist people, like it's
That's
still
what I was
what
gonna
it is.
say. I thought it was just that, but when we get on the military base, it's like really rooted in racism.
Yeah, but I still think that's just below the. I just really think that's like a guise and a cover for the real thing, which is who are you? If you're fearless, you're going to be a target. If you're walking outside the lines, if you're willing to stand up, if you're going against the status quo, that's when you become an issue. And I think Charlotte's already been tagged, unfortunately, with her scarlet letter, baby, from that first day. I was just scared the little boy was going to spit on her. I said, if you spit on her, I wasn't even worried about the hitting. I said, if you open your mouth and spit on this black lady, you're gonna have hell to pay the piper, Johnny Appleseed out here. But no, I'm very excited, and I want to know more about Stan. This scene was rife, full of stuff. I want to know who these people are and who are your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren, because they're introducing them slowly but surely. We're getting nods to the OG It, so I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. But yeah, Charlotte's already a target, unfortunately, and she's not gonna back down. When she said, well, is that what they're doing to you? Are they doing that to you?
What happened? 'Cause I want to know.
I adore her character.
I want that because we know that Charlotte is not going to conform, and I'm saying that when she does, I want to know that Leroy going to be right there backing her up.
Well, he's going to back her up, but they're not going to run. They're he's a stick and stay type of guy.
Yeah, I don't want her to be stick and stay. Then we stuck. Then we stuck over there being mad in It Chapter 1. Ow. We're gonna see, but I like Charlotte, and I already knew Taylor Page was gonna do what she needed to do either way. Oh, little Will! I was like, this ain't Will. This ain't the Will y'all said was out there on them drugs, leaving Mike all out of them streets. Oh man, I really like Will. I was like, I really like this little boy.
He's so good.
He's such a great actor, and I didn't even recognize. And I watched that, and I was like, "This is really good" because it had Jordan Smollett in it. It was on Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a little emotional when he had to say bye to his friend.
It's like We Grown Now, I think is the name of it. We Grown Now, something like that.
It was a really good movie. I didn't even recognize what she said. I was like, "Oh, that's where I recognize him from." He all his little intuition in the book smarts. We know that it's going to really come in handy and make him extremely capable when it comes to handling himself when it comes, because it's coming. But I like their dynamic in their relationship to the sun, because we get there, we have the telescope, and it's like, thank you for the heads up, because like, yeah, you're so kind of distant because of course you're operating in the military base in that, but you're not as in tune with him. He's just expecting him to like certain things, and this is what the boards are supposed to do, and don't you want to go out and get this? Like, no, I want this telescope, I want to read about books. I'm intrigued in different ways, not in a way that you were, Dad. I am not you. And I love when he said I'm not you, because I think we have Mike say that over there in East, like, I'm sorry, Grandpa, I'm not my dad. I was like, oh, this is I just hated hearing Derry so much. But immediately, he's a little picked on, as to be expected here in this climate. And I hate the teachers. I was like, I hate all the parental figures. Like, girl, damn, I just got here. It's my first day. I just got here, girl. Give me a break. But we see that he's going to be catching it from all sides, to the point that he's eating alone in the hallway. But I don't want to tell my mom about it. I don't want to tell Dad. I don't know. Maybe we'll get more information on what happened before they got here. But he's like, let me just keep these things inward, and eventually he'll probably find his peace, as far as the friends that we see him begin to make in this episode. But I really like Will. I love how intelligent he is. When he was in there with Ronnie in detention, and he was really getting into what's so great about reading and books and physics, and it's not stupid. Like, I love it. It's great. Like, I was like, oh, don't break him. Can we just? I think it's just really interesting to see these characters here and eventually get into what we know that they became. Like, how did we go from 0 to 100? I hate this for this family. Ashley.
That's what makes it exciting to watch. Because what's the evolution and what's the journey? Because when that baby said, "Well, maybe it's stardust," I was like, "Oh, he's a dreamer. He wants to go to space." Like, I love baby Will. I love him. Y'all better not hurt baby Will. But clearly, a town like Derry, an entity like Pennywise, he loves that. Like, I love this. If I can break his spirit and make it something else and put him in fear and all of these things, like, what else better? But I like the introduction of it, and him not even knowing, like, does my dad even know who I am? He's like, I know my son. And I liked that moment there when he was gifted the telescope and we get to learn more about him. And I even like it when he makes a little friend. I was like, okay, Wilson, I'm not going to be out here, all by myself. He's taking it on the chin with such a smile and such grace, but I do want him to stand up. I do want us to see him grow and get strong. I fear the worst, though, because like you said, if ultimately he turns into what he turns into, there's a path that gets us there. And I think that's honestly the real horror of it all. Like, to break this baby's spirit and turn him into something completely different, that'll be the real tragedy, and that'll be the real horror. But so far, love him. He's one of my favorite baby actors. But again, all of these children are acting down. I can't complain. I'm not annoyed at all.
Ashley, man, I'm like, y'all took Will through there so bad in Derry and got him on that stuff. I hate it. And then I keep referencing the first chapter, because we have that moment of Mike, his worst fear. I don't know. I think his dad or grandpa had told him about it when we get into the black spot and the burning down and all those bodies. And I think he's just going to suffer. And I'm just not looking for. I want more light. If they can somehow give levity to it and make it even to where we get some of this while we're also, scaring the mess out of Will.
It better carry.
I just don't want him to automatically diminish, because he seems smart. He seems like he's going to be a fighter, and we know. I think that this is our lucky folks. These are our kids. And we're just going to see. But the most interesting thing to me is how generational things are, because it seems like, from Will to Mike to Daddy Leroy, there was just the breaking down of the family dynamic, all because we moved to Derry.
But I want us to sit in it though, and I want us to watch it and experience him fully because I mean, quiet as it's kept, word on the street is they're making deviations. This is not going to be straightforward from the book or the movie. So, I mean, is
I'm
there a
happy with that.
possibility for redemption and
No
hope?
crack rock. No crack rock. I'm here for that. We don't need none of that. Who need the drugs?
See, I'm
I'm
gonna
here
watch and
for
see.
it. Don't be cute because this is a brilliant boy. I was too, and he was like, maybe it's Stardust. I was like, maybe it is. Maybe it is as well. He's great. It was so warm. Oh Lord, baby. I said you're gonna get 2 little scares per episode. We got to hit you twice. Why y'all put her daddy in this pickle jar? We're gonna go really literal with these worst nightmares, and we know that she's been taunted, and the dad, and the freak accident, and maybe daddy was shipped out into multiple pickle jars to make it to people's homes. Oh, she's weird. She's been in that asylum. It's too much going on. When we get into Lily here, she's waking up from that nightmare, and they are acting. Lord, her entire energy has changed this episode. It's like you can tell that she's changed. It's like a different person than kind of that innocence that we met her in the first episode. And she's just really withdrawn. And she's like, oh yeah, I just can't. But by the time we get here and it's this haunting thing, I was like, oh, oh, Lily girl. She already, feels so alone and like there's nobody that she can really talk to. Everybody at this point is, of course, dead. Our boys are gone. And all you Teddy lovers, that baby gone. And in which we just have Ronnie, but we'll get into their relationship or dynamic of what happened there. But she doesn't have anyone to really talk to about it or confide in, and she's just out here alone. And just to have this happen, and it's the come give me a kiss. I was like, oh my god, what in the hell, Razor? Not come to daddy. This is not that. Don't tell daddy to say that in the pickle jar. And at which I think we're getting towards the end, and she's kind of dropped off at the asylum. I don't know how long we're going to be there and what this could possibly turn into, but I really like the effects here. I really did appreciate. I appreciate how imaginative these things are because they could really give you the vibe of the barrel. They don't have to I don't have to go as hard. They don't have to go this hard. We went extra hard with that birthing scene over there with Ronnie in that room.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have to do this, and they did. So I really, really appreciate that. Actually, how did you feel about this scene in the store and the creepy hunting shoppers of it all?
Don't ruin damn pickles for me. That's how I feel about it. Golly, I'll be looking at all my pickle jars now. Again, I get what they're doing. Pennywise is a clown, right? So there is an element of like adolescence, I guess, in terms of what they're doing and what these scares are going to be like for kids. But this was sick and twisted. Don't have Kiss Daddy and all the parts near her mouth and slither. I didn't like that. I didn't like the imagery of it at all. But I get it. This is what they've been telling her. And I think her biggest fear is literally losing it. And I think this was just a demonstration of that, like a visceral demonstration that we could all see the machinations of this man to come up with this concept. So we got to see his little kiss daddy, a kiss for daddy. I was like, please, can we stop this? Again, Lily's gonna act down every single time. This was fine. You know me. I don't need all of this, but I do give them credit for going above and beyond for both Ronnie and Lily's scenes. I think these are important, and I think this is setting the trajectory for what's gonna happen in the future with Lily. This was a big demonstration in front of a whole store. So, baby, you are about to go back to the loony bin, baby. It is what it is, but I can't help but it was very gross. Like I said, it was very nasty. It's very inappropriate. I didn't like the imagery of it. But I get it, girl. And I think we needed this to happen in order, for us to see what's going to happen later with Lily. But Lily's on my bad side, Tyra. So honestly,
that's why I wanted to put this here first before we went in.
Yeah, because I was like, hopefully we take her the heck out.
Put this here first. Let's be nice first. I have to continue to remind myself that these are children because I was like, damn it, Ronnie. Damn it, Lily. Man.
Tyra, please open Dane's chat. Jesus.
You can be patient and wait like everybody else. I'm not. You can wait. Let me say what I'm going to say. Thank you so much. I'm really interested in getting behind the walls of that asylum because we know what asylums were in this day. And I'm like, what are they doing to children?
Shock therapy.
Going through like, oh, she's crazy. We need to correct that. And I'm like, you really have no one. How quickly mom had no problem dropping her off, like go in there with them shiny smiles, them uncanny valley smiles. I say, ma'am, don't let them take me in there. I just want to see because I'm sure that was a trickle down rolling effect to things that would occur in Derry too. Because what are y'all doing to the children of Derry down here at what is it, Jupiter Asylum? Now I can read your super chat, Dane. Thank you so much. Lord, just impatient. How y'all like that trash opening theme song? I had to hit the mute button. They trying to be from so bad. What with the theme song, but failed at it. That I didn't get any of that. I think that the theme song is very palatable for the time that this is taking place. I love the choices of music in the show, and I like how inventive that the intro was. I like the opening. I thought the opening was great, and it's eye candy to look at. I miss situations, very Severance in that way. Like, oh well, what's happening here? What's going on? Oh, so we're gonna be here? Is that gonna pop out? When is a bunny on fire? When are y'all gonna be in the streets shooting each other down? I thought it complimented the episode. But dang, everybody don't have to like it. That's your prerogative. Just skip it. There's an option to skip. What you muting for when you could have skipped it? Well, let's leave here in these creepy shoppers leaning around like, oh, lean again. We gonna take a little moment for Marge. I have faith in you, Marge. I have faith in you, Marge. Marge, read the room, Marge. She's just like, well, like, can you just be cute about it? Because I'm trying to get in with these. But she's like, baby, our friends are dead. 2 boys died. I can give a damn about those patty cakes.
Period.
It is really interesting to sit and watch Marge be so try hard. She trying so hard to fit in with the in crowd, always the wrong crowd, and align herself with the popular. And I like that she just hasn't completely, like, she's trying to have it 2 ways. I don't want to completely abandon my friend because it is, but I'm also trying to be over here. And if you crazy, I don't want that rubbing off on me and my reputation. She doesn't have to. I think as far as victims, she's gonna be one of those that Pennywise has to take through there, and then it's gonna be okay. I believe everything, and we'll have stuff come together. But I do think it's really interesting and like on your heart to see Marge want to fit in so bad. And we just know that it's not going to be that for her. And these girls mean her no good intention. But we do know crowds and girls like this. Like, she's impressionable. And all I want to do is be liked and be popular and not be judged for my inner circle and my thick ass Coke bottles. Can we just act normal, please? We can't act normal here in Derry, Marge, because there's too much going on under the surface. And with everything kind of being in her favor, sort of, she is at this table, she's still looking back and checking out, like, is Lily okay? Why is she talking to Ronnie? She's going to interject at some point, but maybe we'll get to that in the next episode. Ashley, how you feel about Marge?
I feel like I want Pennywise to eat her up and suck her down the storm drain yesterday. I do. I can't stand Margie Pargie. Get out of here. And I can't say what I want to say because she's a child. And I feel so edited. But if y'all are in the Discord, you got my real thoughts on her. But she pissed me off so bad, Tyra. This incessant need to be accepted in this group, so much so that she's gonna be the worst of them. So much so that they have to stop her. Like, damn, don't be mean. Like, you're going too far. Like, Margie, you're taking it too far. I can't stand her. I don't want to see her. I want Pennywise to take her out yesterday. I want it immediate. I want it to be at the hands of the patty cakes. That's what I want to see. Give me that scene. The patty cakes ripping her to shreds. Let's do that. Because no, Marge doesn't get any grace. She doesn't get to be a part of the crew. She gets the unaliving Teddy Nim did. She deserves it. She deserves it. Marge deserves it. She does. She's hell. She's hell. And I can't stand her.
What has Marge done?
Be a menace to society. She's evil. Here's my thing. People like this who will do anything to get acceptance are dangerous people. She will stop at nothing. She will release secrets. She will do damage. Take her out before she can do it. Otherwise, she's going to be working for Pennywise like the Bowers boy is. And listen to me. Mark my words. She's going to be an agent of evil and chaos unless we take her out. Take her out. Let her be next.
Taking out. I think that
I want her gone.
These are growing pains for Marge, like much of teens in the time. She's trying to align herself with what she thinks is cool. That is normal behavior from a child. Can't just stand over there with Lily right here at this moment because I haven't seen those
So
things.
here's the thing. She don't have to stand over there, Tyra. She doesn't have to be a menace, an evil witch.
Nothing
Have
yet.
to do that. She doesn't have to do that. Like, honestly, she doesn't have to say anything. I watched a lot of bullying stuff. I've seen Heathers. I watch Mean Girls. I've been down there, Tyra. She don't have to do all of this performative BS she's doing. She's got an evil, nasty heart. That's the problem. Take her out before she takes somebody out. Just saying.
She's not taking anybody out. I think when the reckoning happens, it's just like, oh, this is actually real. Marge is going to get some act right about herself and realize what's really important, and this being at the bottom of the totem pole.
And I'll never trust her. I want her gone, Tyra.
She's not going anywhere. Marge is a part of that. If we're going to get into if we're not going to say 7, just our core children right now that are not getting taken out. Marge is a part of that. I don't think she's going
Teddy back and take her in his place. Damn it!
We can't have Teddy back. He gone, baby. He down in the sewers. And I am looking for. I don't see Swing Fan here.
It was very at the top. I'll read it. That's why I figured you didn't see it. And Emma Frost gave memberships and everything.
Yeah, I got Emma here with the memberships that I'm going to go because I had to go back through, but I don't see it. Thank you so much for the memberships, Emma Frost. Most definitely appreciate you for making 5 people some sweet peas. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I see Jance is here, but I don't know. I don't see it.
Yeah, thank you, Swag Fan, for the $2 super chat. He just said, "Hey, everybody."
No, I didn't see it. Let's see. Marge can catch these hands.
Period. Thank you.
And the actress that plays Ronnie is amazing. Yes, she is. And we are not giving Marge any hands right now. Y'all, she didn't do nothing yet.
I feel how I feel.
Oh, Lord. Give these kids some grace. I'm trying to. If I can go over there and trying to give Lily a little bit of grace, I can give Marge some grace.
What happened to let me piecemeal it? Let me give you a piece of a lie to get acceptance. Let me not really bring my friend in it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do too much. I'm not going to do too much on my friend or to the unfortunates here. But I might do a little kiki on the side. No, she's already ascended. She want to be a mean girl. That's her pleasure, Tyra.
And she ain't going nowhere. Not yet. I don't know if it could be something later. But Marge is going to have to see it to believe that meat is greasy.
That's her pleasure, and I hope it's her end when she sees it.
Just for that, it won't be. Let's get into Doc. AKA Dick. Let's get into Doc and his special gifts. Baby, oh, Lord. I was like, get out of there. This is not a town where y'all can afford to be walking around drunk, trying to have it your way. This ain't Burger King. But we get into what we already know about Doc and his special gifts and how he's been utilizing them to get this privilege as far as the military, but it's for a limited time only, because if we feel like your gifts aren't benefiting us quickly as we want them to, we can snatch them. Doc is interesting. All of the men are very, very interesting. I will say this. The moment you know some, Doc, you better come over and help the blacks. That's all I'm going to say. Don't be over there aligning yourself so heavy and tough with the military for the minute privileges that they're giving you. Or whatever's happening, or to just ascend or move up in rank. I don't know. Whatever it could be. It better be more than I could just come through the door and not get hassled. No, we need some more if I'm going to be using my psychic capabilities. But when and if you know something or something's coming, you better tell us. If not, I'm going to be looking at The Shining real different, Doc. Ashley, how do you feel about this?
Okay, so y'all know I was caught unawares last week. I didn't know I had to do research and watch a movie before I came to the live. So I went back and I watched The Shining a couple of nights ago in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, go join the collective. It's super fun over there. But Dick was an elder dummy. All right, Dick was an elder dummy. Over there, definitely magical Negro. And so over here, I was like, okay, something framed him and shaped him and made him into the man that he was when we saw him later, which I know they changed that later in Dr. Sleep or whatever. So, right, like I get that.
No, y'all, if we're going to go, that was a choice by the director. In The Shining, Doc does not roll up and get that axe in the book. He just got it in the movie for whatever reason.
Yeah, he does not, is unalive. But anyway, he was still a dummy, a ding-dong dummy, right? This is what we've been, conditioned for him to believe. And now I'm even more confirmed in my suspicions and theory from last week when I told y'all he was in that room. You not gonna make me believe it. He wasn't in the room in one of them gas masks hiding in the corner while they was beating the brakes off of Leroy. He's different. He don't give a damn about no other blacks. In my opinion, he is fully selfish in this moment, working for the man every night and day. He likes his creature comforts. He likes being, I can't say it because he likes being in the house. All
No,
right.
no, I can't do it. No, please.
He likes being in the house, all right? And he's gonna have hell to pay the piper. This never goes well. You're always going to be expendable in their eyes, Dick's Doc special gift. I hate it for Leroy because this is your biggest op, sir. Don't worry about Dexter Daddy over here. Don't worry about that racist white man in the jail cell. Don't even worry about that other one who lied in your face. Worry about this one. This is your biggest op, in my opinion.
No, I shouldn't say that. We gotta hope for the best. Doc, please don't you be over here being magical. I swear, if you over here being a magical Negro again, the early years, I'm gonna be so mad. I am gonna be so bad. Because I was concerned when he's sitting in the bar with those other soldiers, and I felt like he heard it or saw something coming, whatever it was. He was like, "Oh, it's time to go." I was like, "You need to go warn Hank. Go over there. You better tell Leroy. You better tell these people what's going on. We better not be in here for too much longer, and you know more than you do, and you ain't giving Leroy the full intel, boy."
None of that. All ain't skin. Y'all know what it is.
I already knew. Anybody who's watched The Shining, we know it's super magical Negro over there. Oh Lord, it's very,
Danny,
Uncle.
you there, Danny? I said,
It's super magical. If you think about a magical Negro, this is the first you think about Doc, and you think about John Coffee Boss over there. I'm over there. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired in the green mile. They're the ultimate magical Negroes. Don't you be over here being that. I was hoping whatever happened here, like I tried to do the right thing, and then maybe something here shaped him to be magical, and he wasn't magical at first. Not in that way. You can have all the goddamn gifts that you want. If you're not using them to help your people, you better get out of my face, Doc. God, I swear. I don't want that. I don't want that. Thank you so much for the super chat, Tyra. I agree. Doc better come through like he did for Danny in The Shining. I mean, if we're not doing that, then what are we doing? What are we doing? You know, they don't have to know. They don't know how far these abilities go and what you're really doing and what you're capable of. We know because we saw you over there with Danny and his finger in The Shining. You better shine some of that shit on them blacks. Okay.
Danny, I'm coming, Danny. I'm coming, Danny. Oh, there you was in Florida. That pissed me off so bad. You didn't have to go and do. You were in Florida, Tyra. You in Florida, minding your black-owned business on vacation, getting a full check from the hotel.
Save his white son. I gotta go save Danny.
You ain't have to go to the Overlook. That pisses me
I
off.
gotta go to the Overlook. Save him from Jack. I gotta do that. I just wanted to mention Rich because this is one of our new characters here. Cool. I put cool ass Rich. He's so cute and tiny. I say with your little ass. He's so cool. We didn't get too much. Of course, we see gratefully some friendship budding between him and Will, so he's not out here all alone. I think if he's not Italian, is he Italian? I'm not sure. But I know that he's a minority also. So it's like, yeah, we're clicking in those ways. And even extending that all of that small little branch in the class. Like, they took your seat. But, this is a bomb number 2 pencil. This is a grade A top of the line pencil. But he's going to, extend that space for him. And I'm happy. And he's kind of acclimated to what's there. We see he's in band. But not only that, he got a little crush on Marge. Once again, letting us know she's going to be in the group. She's going to be in the group. And we're going to have our little Beverly Marsh, your hair is winter fire ass moment over here. And he's going to be crushing. I like this kid. He's cute. I can't wait to get more from him. He's Cuban. Thank you, Jay. How did you feel about this?
I like him. I like how the relationship between him and Will mirrors the relationship between Leroy and his right hand in the military. I like the parallels already. I'm very interested to see where we go. But I love this type of child character. It's very much reminiscent of like Sandlot, of like Mighty Ducks, of like Stand By Me. There's always a kid like this in the group. Goonies, all of that. I love the vibes that it's giving. And he's also showing up. He didn't even have much to say. And you're getting all of the emoting from him. So I'm absolutely here for it. Marge, don't piss me off. Because if you say something crazy about this little boy, I'm gonna snap. I really want you gone already. You got one more. One more time.
Girl, Marge thing. See, watch. And then as soon as they take Marge through there, Ash gonna be like, "Oh, I ain't know this gonna do that to Marge." Like, now she shook it. Because I think I'm not sure, and I don't go run it back. Whatever I don't catch in a trailer or something, I don't want to spoil anything. But I could have sworn that I seen Marge over there in them asylum streets, and they was doing something to her.
Hmm.
Oh, we're gonna have that, but all the kids aren't gonna be perfect. Ashley, come on, man, give Marge a chance. Ashley said no, she can burn, and we're gonna give her a chance because, baby, damn it, Lily. The way I was whispering under my breath, Lily, don't you say that man's name. Don't you say Daddy Hank. Don't you stick to your guns. The whole scene in the cafeteria was great. She said, you know, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. It's all of that. You know that's not true. We knew that this was coming, and she was put in this position to be tricked. As she said, he tricked me. I couldn't, I don't know what you wanted me to do. It was a me or him situation. I had to say something because nothing's adding up here. Like you said earlier, old Grandpa Bowers was given a little like, this is still America. We have to do, just the law. We can't just go and arrest
Saying,
anybody.
Martha, this Derry.
We don't have any proof. I can't just roll and arrest that man. You better roll up and do something because we're rallying the people. Yeah, go and do something now. And we're putting that lean on her because we didn't get enough information at first. She said, I didn't say, she knew enough. I'm not going to say exactly what I saw. I'm not trying to go back to the loony bin. That doesn't make sense. But I can't say that I saw your dad either, which is leaving us in a way. And when he threatened her, he's like, well, you were there with the blood. I was like, really? We going to act like not Marge. Lily rolled over there and killed 3 children and dragged the bodies away to never be seen again. But she gets nervous, and it's like, well, can you safely say that you just didn't see? Like, yeah, well, actually, they wasted no time going to pick him up. Very emotional scene. Baby, Ronnie said, I'm coming down to your house. She said, come outside, ho. I said, oh, she said her whole name, middle name and all. Baby, what did you do? They came and arrested my daddy. She's like, I don't know. And of course, we know towards the end, she goes to the asylum anyway. But this was just such a tough place to be in. I was so mad at Lily, but I'm like, can we be mad at Lily? What else was she was supposed to do? I think us per se, we're going to be mad because this is so reminiscent of different scenarios that we've seen over the years, present, past. They got our people, wrapped up in the situation when they were probably innocent. Ashley.
So here's the thing. The initial conversation, I was really hoping that they would have strategized a plan at that moment. Because when Ronnie approaches and is like, listen, this is my daddy on the line. What did you say? Did you say the same thing I said? I thought this was going to be our time to get our story straight. Because Lily wasn't all the way wrong. Like, I literally can't say that this 3-winged double-headed devil baby came and ripped them limb from limb. I can't say that. However, we could have then come up with a game plan. Well, this is what I said. You say this. So our story, it's like they just don't have no awareness. And again, maybe they've adultified kids so much in TV and movies now that that's our expectation. But these are kids. But as far as in that room, Lily, I don't give a damn. I'm mad still because you ain't had that. You ain't had no business opening your mouth, sister. Say, I don't know. I don't know. I blacked out. Oh, you could have made up something.
I blacked out. Oh,
Little YT girls make up lies all the time. What was different now? You couldn't come up with another name?
I
Somebody was
well,
like, I you know what to do. You know how to make big eyes and do all that stuff. You know how to. You got out the loony bin the first time, Lily. She got more sense than she's letting on.
she was cool. She was holding strong, hanging tough until he moved to that asylum. And it was like, well, hell, you can't see me back there. I'm like, what the hell are they doing to the kids there?
Girl, Bowers is a lunatic. And I too thought, I was like, oh, he's not like his raggedy ass grandson. Like maybe he's better. I can't just, do anything. Well, this ain't Derry. You want to get reelected. This ain't America. This is Derry. And he was right there. Like, come on, let's get in here and yeah, but Lily still didn't have that to do. I know too many of them that lie too well for this to be the situation, and he tricked you. I didn't know what to say. Hell, you knew what to say. And when Lily's raggedy ass mama said, I'm gonna call your granny. Get out of
your
my
granny.
Girl, hey, get out my granny. What is this town? Why do we all know each other in this way? I wanted Ronnie to beat her up. I hope Lily gets a black eye next episode. Just on GP. Now, do I hate Lily forever?
But she dropped her off at the asylum lived at the end, so we
Oh,
don't
good.
know.
Well, praise God. Do something for her in there. But no, she don't deserve to be in there the whole time. But I will say it did still piss me off. I know she's a child. I get it. But girl, y'all lie. So just lie. You could have lied and saved both of y'all's
I was
hides.
so disappointed. I was like, because and like I said, first episode, Veronica seems extremely fair. I didn't think that we were that innocent to the point of I don't care if we got to the if we could have got the same scenario and them kids fake befriended Veronica to get in her house to steal daddy keys to go do that same thing. I don't see Veronica letting them kids in there. I just don't. I just don't. The way we came, maybe she came down to the house and said, "Come outside."
Come outside.
Girl,
Lily.
it was Players Cup. Open up the goddamn door. Like, girl, open this door. Like you went down there, and she knows. She's like, it's not that, but this is just where we are. I was like, Lord, I didn't know, and I thought maybe they were going to strategize when it was like, I had a nightmare. I saw it, like it's still happening. It's still consistent. I'm still having nightmares, and it was just be like kind of we're all we got situation. That went completely left, but she said that man's name. I said, oh hell,
She did.
oh
She ain't had
hell.
it to do. Make up a name.
Oh, let me get this super chat up here because somebody said I can be mad. Let me see who said this. Thank you so much. That girl 146 said I can be mad at Lily. We most definitely can be mad. I'm just like, I don't I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't know. I just and I like the fact that they made Lily so flawed in that way because as the lead, they could have made it cookie cutter and not I think this aligns with the times. Let's not act like Lily is any better just because it's a show or it's just a different where she's our lead. We're following her. She's our POV. She has to be a certain kind of nice and always do the right thing. It was like, no, I messed up and I'm gonna say this man's name because I don't want to go back. I have to protect myself first. Damn, Lily. Ashley, there are some indigenous folks. Down. I say, is that Jacob in the crew down there in the woods with the binoculars? Is that Jacob? It was giving Twilight down there. I said, baby, is that Jacob? I said, no, that's not Jacob. I thought it was Taylor for 5 minutes, but we didn't get too much from them. They just let us know that their presence was known here, and I feel like that this is going to be an ally situation. There's this warmness to them. They're still acting like normal people. And I'm sure that they know and have intel on things that, of course, our Charlotte here doesn't know because they're watching that military base. We need to make sure we see what you're uncovering. We may know more about what you're uncovering than you do, and you probably don't want to touch that. Actually, how did you feel about the people? And did you think that that was Jacob in the woods?
Girl, no, I knew it wasn't no Jacob in the woods. Now, I will say this. I love the indigenous element because if you know like anything about history, there was a ton of erasure of indigenous peoples in the Northeast, just throughout time as far as their tribes, their grids, all of that. So I'm very, very excited to see the presence in Derry at this time. And I think in like the super trailer, we did get to see some different things. I think something we should probably be paying attention to is, of course, they understand and know the land. They have their sacred practices. I'm sure they're aware that there's an entity that's corrupted the people of the town, and that they're probably on the outskirts monitoring and seeing what's really happening. I'm excited for any sort of alliance between, namely Charlotte. I really want Charlotte to become connected, but I'm excited to see what they do. And I love representation, honey. And we need to see more indigenous people in shows where they exist. Like let that be a thing going forward. I'm excited. I hope they don't make it like stereotypical, but I'm very, very much excited to see where they go.
I like it because I'm sure that those people have been there long before and they probably know the history of what's there and the Pennywise and like you're uncovering something that you're not prepared for. They may have been there and stayed there to protect just that thing. But I know it's gonna be something. She gonna have to have somebody to talk to because Leroy not gonna be free. Let's move on up here. I was like, "Ooh, it's Jake." I said, "Oh, that ain't Jacob." I was just happy. It gave Jacob. Now look at here. I'm gonna be nice to this man. I'm gonna be as nice as I can be. He's very smart. Okay. I appreciated, I guess, the whole scene with Masters and in the gun and this whatever issued and you wouldn't be able to handle it. Basically, I'm going to show you that I know that you know that I know that you know that that was not you. And why are you taking the fall? What's really going on here? You're trying to cover something up at which we get all, back over here with a general. It's nothing that this man would be able to tell me after. Well, yeah, I sent him in there to test you and beat you up. It wasn't supposed to go that far, though. I'm sorry. Let me give you more intel on what's going on here. I would have left immediately. What we sticking around for? For what? What you mean? I got a special set of skills. Who am I, Spider Man? What's so special about me that you need me here to do this task? I do not care. The way that I would prioritize myself and my family, gather my raggedy duffel bag, and go immediately. I did, and he's very capable. He's extremely aware and smart and savvy. I'm not just gonna let this situation go and rest on. Well, we told you that we're gonna fix it and we're gonna take down the people who did this to you. Don't worry about it. No, I'm gonna worry about it and I'm gonna fixate because I know you're lying about something. I'm skilled. I'm gonna uncover it, and you're not gonna be able to pull any wool over my eyes because I'm Leroy. Leroy, get the hell out of here. Get out of here. Ugh, ugh. I don't need him to stick around. And I know he has to stick around, but I don't like the way that he is sticking around. You in this civic duty or whatever commitment you have, boy, I'm getting like, it's not adding up for me. I don't care about the honor. I don't care. Get the hell out of Derry. Clearly he's going to stay here. After the conversation, and of course, we'll get to the last slide here and where we ended up going and what it all means in this top secret thing that we want you to be a part of. You're, a very skilled, intelligent man, and we're seeking and soughting and getting to these things. You're the one that's going to, persevere and get us there. We need you to stick around, even though I did this thing and I'm lying, and who knows what else I'm lying to you about, because I'm only going to tell you so much. I'm not going to tell you everything. Why are we here, Ashley?
Again, I hate to be, I told you so. I told you this is what happened. I told y'all that this man was behind this whole mission and it was a test of his loyalty. And are you going to tell? And are you going to do that? Or at least that's how they were going to spin it. I was kind of proud of Leroy for doing his own private investigation. Like, you can't even assemble this, an American gun. So I know you can't assemble a Russian gun. I was like, oh, okay, all right. So, but to what end, right? Because Leroy, you're not going to do anything when confronted with the information, which you were. I wasn't really disappointed or surprised. I feel like we knew that the boss of the base was really over all of this, and really he's not missing too much. He was aware of all of the activities going on. Now, it went too far. We didn't want it to go that far. It got a little bit out of control, but but here, let me tell you something. There's something under the ground in Derry, right? So, and you're just the man to do it. And I honestly think it's related to Leroy's fearlessness. Because of course, I think that's the only thing that'll make you an eligible opponent, right? For Pennywise, is if you don't carry fear. Tyra, please. I'm not too mad at Leroy. I think it's par for the course. I think it was what it was at the time. I will say, I really wish the writers would have added on to this. I think this is probably the most basic route we could have taken with Leroy's character. I would like Leroy to be more defiant. I think he's very passive. I think he's falling right in line. And that's kind of the part that's a little bit disturbing. But I mean, this is what they're going to do, Tyra. This is what they do every time. Maybe
we'll show something different. We not going to have Dick and Leroy being magical in the same show. What we're not going to do is that. And don't think y'all gonna use Charlotte, activist, future Panther, to offset some of this. I need one or the other. I just need some dimension. It's too matchy for me. They're just falling in line and doing, which is whatever. All right,
it's episode 2. We have options. There's room for growth.
It is. There are right, smarter ways to get these men here.
There are.
But he was just so like, I don't want no yes boss with my coffee. I don't want none of that. I don't want a little soft shoe. I don't want none of that. I just need, family to be first. And I just don't think that is for Leroy. And he showed that because he passed that test. It was a test. Yeah, they almost beat the life out of you with the pipe, threatened you with the gun. But it wasn't supposed to go that far. But let me show you what you're really here for. The man was not a surprise. I expected him to be over it, the top secretness of it all. Leroy so much. I just wanted a little bit more like, I need something. I don't need that. I don't like that many magicians in one show. I don't need that much, especially if they're Negro.
Not that
Mm-mm.
many magicians. We don't
I
need
don't
that
need that many magical Negroes in the show. I don't. Uh, maybe grandma will get a great attorney who will say dad needs to be free because the only witness was a troubled girl who's since been institutionalized.
many. Amen, A.
I
Let's
don't
bring in a ringer from St. Louis or
not
somebody.
a ringer. What is the system looking like down there in Derry? It's probably all, the same person hires, fires, the attorneys, all the Bowers are probably coming there as a judge. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what it's looking like. It's not looking good for Hank, especially since he said, I'm coming back. I'm going to be back. Take care of my baby. Are you sure you're coming back? Are you sure about that? I don't know. He just seems so intelligent. And then we get over there into, oh, okay, yeah, you showed me everything I need to see. I guess I need to stick around. No, you don't. No, you don't. Fearless. There's fearless and then there's just stupidity. I think it's a fine line between fearless and being a stupid magical Negro. Complacent. I don't want to see that, especially if we're gonna get it over here from Doc. Because Doc said, yeah, I told you. Uh-huh. Yeah. Don't strip me of my ranking or my position and nothing like that. Don't take away my privilege. I want to go and drink some hooch and come on back down to the base as late as I want to and vomit in the morning. Don't strip me of that, of this deluxe apartment in the sky. You see, I told you we was gonna find something. See, look at that. There you go, right there. Say okay. But we uncover something, and this looks like we're getting more into I guess the origins of it and that whole era of him being a part of the circus. I think, and we said I think it was a bunch of bodies in there. I don't know if we saw guns, but I didn't really get a really good look at it. It was pretty dark, but it feels like we're getting a step closer to pulling back the Pennywise. Ashley, how did you feel about this? Because I told you we're close.
Child, I don't expect anything from Dick. If I can be honest, like I said, y'all had me watch The Shining. I don't expect anything from that man at this point. But I will say the car was interesting. It very much gave that was little Maddie and them people in that car, and I was like, is that the same car that started all this? Do y'all have the bodies?
No, this looked like a vehicle, like from one of the.
Are you sure?
It looked very old to me.
Was it? I don't know. It looked like them people. It looked like they was lined up just how they was lined up in that car. But I'm very interested to see what that is. I thought it was the car that Maddie was in. It's burned up, so we really don't know. But I'm thinking that's where we're going. But yeah, Dick doesn't surprise me at all. He's going to do.
No, actually, it could be because Pennywise. Once you're taken, he can utilize you to manipulate whomever. So they could have been, from that era, and it could have been just buried there. And Maddie, that was just his nightmare, real life.
Manifested, yeah. But yeah, as far as Dick, like I said, he's gonna do anything to stay in the house, and this is just part of that. Told you, boss. Like that's what we're doing. It gives very much,
Is Leroy in the? Do you think Leroy's in the house? Is Leroy trying to be in the house?
Leroy reside. I mean, I think to achieve the rank that he has, he's a major. He's done some things, and also they said that the brain injury is what's caused the fearlessness. So it might be autonomic, like something he's not even,
Is that something they made us aware of in the show yet?
That's what they said. A bunch of people in the chat said
Y'all made me spoil and stuff. I don't know nothing about that.
they said it was a brain. I guess it was in his file. That's why he was so special and
Oh,
ready to be in this because he literally is fear. I thought it was just a character thing that
maybe it's giving that he's aligning himself and he's trying to, he's giving that super soldier. That didn't cross my mind. If we're dealing with an actual brain, are we supposed to give him grace for that?
I mean, we're supposed to say that it's autonomic, so he can't control that part of himself, right? And so does that in turn alter who he is as a person? I'm going to let it play out and just watch and see. I'm not going to set him over there, but I know it took a lot for a black man to achieve that rank. I'm not going to say it's giving soldier story all the way, but it's taking me down through there. Like, what'd you do to get this rank, sir?
I want to know
what did you have to do
thing in this secret ops organization because we're tying in Doc. I'm like, are you guys going to throw in other things like Dreamcatcher or like The Mist or like how far is this going to go? Because this is very reminiscent of those type of things. Have you seen The Mist or I know you watch Dreamcatcher, child. But even that little thing from the Dreamcatcher with all those teeth, the little alien, it all kind of looks like it's about to tie together. I
I
just don't
think
get
anything's
it.
fair game. I feel like the showrunner has something to prove, and then after he's like, "Yeah, because we're gonna do this and we did that." He's very excited. Like this seems like very much a passion project for him, and it
Yeah.
seems like he's very familiar with the lore of Stephen King and that universe. So I'm just watching. Yeah, they said he had a damaged amygdala, guys. Jantis said, "Hey guys," they said it in the
Nice. Thank you, Jantis. That's good to know. I mean, I guess I can afford a little. I mean, fearless, and does that just cancel out the common sense?
Well, I don't know. You know, that's the what they say. The amygdala is the fight or flight response, right? But I think there's still another part of him. But how do those
But I'm.
two harmonize?
How do they even know to go to get him though? Like we need someone with that type of injury. Who else has been used and canceled out up until this point for y'all to go and seek out Leroy?
You know, they could be using the indigenous people. They always do that.
Don't have no lab. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't have no black lab underneath nothing, please. But getting into these predictions, Ashley, what do you want to see in episode 6?
I want to see more of Charlotte next episode. I want to see Margie out of there. I really want to see the new formation of the new Losers crew, I guess. What is Will going to do? Are they going to activate to get something done with Ronnie to help save her dad? What's going to be the result with Daddy Hank? Very interested in that. That's kind of where I'm more interested than the military and what's underneath. But, you know, they're probably going to go over there.
I think I'm interested in the military and what's underneath because we've never seen like backstory as far as Pennywise. We've seen like references, and they had all that mess that they did in It Chapter 2 that I didn't really care for. But I'm interested to go and see like what were you doing in Derry like in the beginning, and how does that even look? I guess we're going to be getting Lily down at the asylum and them correcting her. You know, whatever that looks like. I was like, baby, are you going to be breaking out? Because I swear the next trailer for the episode, I was like, is she out already? It looked like she was out with kids. Or maybe, you know, some time went by. We'll know. But we'll be getting into that. I don't think Marge is going to be out of there, Ashley. I think she's going to be around for a little bit. Just...
I know.
I would like for a miracle to happen and for us to get Daddy Hank out this situation. Because I really don't want to see Ronnie just over there brainy down and parentless. Can we not take both of the baby's parents? I don't want to see that. But it is nice to see that they're gonna have some kindred friendship as far as her, Rich, Will, and there'll be somebody there. But even for Will and Rich to understand, they're gonna have to be confronted with it also. So I'm prepared for spirits to be broken and nightmares to be wrought. But y'all, that was the episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the commentary. Be sure to hype the video. That's a little option below. If you go down and you swipe this way, you can hype the video and let the people know that you enjoyed it and they need to watch it too. And better yet, be here when we discuss it. Ashley, anything you want to say to the people?
Don't forget, immediately following this live, we are hopping right back on to talk about them damn Braxton's, child, and it's a lot. So if you want to come over and witness it, come on over. But thank y'all for being through. Thank y'all for coming up strong on a Saturday evening. We appreciate you coming through and supporting the live. Drop a comment, hit a like Tyra said, hype us up. You know, it helps.
Yes, K2 Hoop. Lily, we gonna have to redeem Lily a little bit because girl, you ain't have that. You have to say hey. We already ain't got nobody. But like Ashley said, we'll be here in just a minute back with the Braxton. So join us for that if you are into that, and we will see you when the latest episode of Derry drops. Y'all have a good night, and yeah, do that.
Good night, y'all.
Every night I rush to my bed with hopes that maybe I'll get a chance to see you when I close my eyes. I'm going out of